welcome to How To's with Morgan and Ashley. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Ashley. Two Blondes Make a Right. Today we are doing our new interview segment, Interviews with Morgan and Ashley.
Yes.
And today we have a very special guest for you guys.
We do.
Bryce Soderberg.
Yes. He is a member of Lifehouse. You all know it. They are multi-platinum recording artists.
Yes, and he is also the frontman of the band Comox. I'm sporting a t-shirt. Number one fan. So we're going to be asking him some fun questions about lots of different things and some of his personal how-tos.
Yep.
So here we go.
It's getting serious.
We're hanging my moment here with you, letting go to all I've held on to. I'm standing here until you make me move. We're not going to get hired as his backup singers. There with that idea, Morgan. Hello, everyone. We are here with Bryce Soderberg from Lifehouse and Comox.
How are you?
So we're going to be asking him some interview questions along with some of his personal how-to questions.
I just want to start off. I love your shirts.
Thank you.
Representing.
Comox.
Rockin' the Sport Lifehouse.
Represent.
I feel at home. Thank you.
We're ready to go to a back-to-back concert.
I'm so ready. I feel like all rock star-ish.
All right, take it away, Morgan.
Okay, so Bryce, what advice would you give to someone starting out in the music business?
Advice. I mean, my nephews are starting to develop their musicianship, and I would say like the first and foremost foundational thing is to just love it, like learn how to love it, like listen to as many records as you can. A lot of kids these days have laptops, and they're like, you know, there's DJs that are 15, 16 years old that are superstars these days because they're growing up in that environment and they're learning as much as they can. But the tool to really have that fulfillment in music is to really learn how to enjoy it and you know, just try and figure out what your message is throughout it, and that just comes through experience. I know it's a little deep, sorry.
We're in trends.
Yeah.
Like, no, it all goes back to like love what you do. If you love what you do,
Yes, absolutely.
then it's
That's the key component to like everything. It's just, you know, having that purpose, I think, for sure.
All right, so your new band, Comox.
Yes.
You are the front man.
This is
And
true.
could you describe the sound of the band, the music?
Comox is kind of a hybrid of a whole bunch of different styles that have influenced me throughout the years. First, I think foundationally, like I'm a rock guy. Like I love rock music, and I grew up with a lot of 80s rock elements that really influenced me. Comox is a indie alternative power trio. It has electronic influences and like synthwave influences from bands from the 80s, like Tears for Fears, Depeche Mode, The Cure, and it's all
before
kind
our
of
time.
yeah. Oh
We
yes.
don't even know
Yes,
those
much
times.
before yours.
Continue.
You know, back in the 70s when I was 14, you know, anyways, I was listening to a lot of these bands, and I think that Comox is kind of influenced by that. And lyrically, lately, it's been pushing towards a lot of, you know, spiritual sort of realms, not religious by any means, but, you know, just like a higher version of yourself, and, you know, just stories of me in Los Angeles and the, you know, the tricks of the trade, and you know, it's all kind of mashed into one. You know, it's not really like one sound. Anyways, I'm rambling, but yes, that's kind of us in a nutshell.
Ah.
Yeah.
We are fans of the band, Comox.
we are.
Thank you.
Obviously.
You cut the shirt up.
I don't
really
have a
nicely.
shirt yet, but you know.
She'll get one. We're working on it. She has to know all the music
I would
first.
assume I would get one.
She has to be able to repeat all the lyrics.
Hey.
That's the test to get a t-shirt.
I have some favorites. Favorite songs. Speaking of, what is your favorite Comox song?
Segway!
That's beautiful.
Okay.
If you have one, I mean,
Yeah.
can you have a favorite if they're all yours?
No, I do. I think we have 2 EPs that are out right now that are on Spotify, iTunes,
They're
and
so good.
thanks. And I think off of those last records, you know, you're always growing when you're releasing music. Like I look back now, I'm like, oh, it was so long ago, but I still like. There's a song called "Almost You" that I really like. And I'd say Raining Gold is one of our simpler songs, but it kind of just has like a good message to it. And but there's a new song on this new record that I really like called Riptide. And what's your favorite song? What about you guys?
Dreaming Awake is probably still my favorite
Yeah.
song, I think. But I don't know, there's so many.
So what I like
A Million Ways.
That's my
Well,
favorite.
Yeah.
I wrote that with Jason from Lifehouse. Actually.
That one's heartbreakingly beautiful. Like I heard it and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My question, how did you get your start in music?
Music, I feel like kind of chose me in a weird way. I know it sounds really weird, but my parents forced me. The first like relationship I had was my parents forcing me to take piano lessons when I was like 4 or 5 years old. So I was getting piano lessons from my piano teacher, Mrs. Kirk. She like hit my fingers with pencils, and she was like totally horrible. But she was disciplining me like as a kid, just kind of getting my brain developing around how music would affect me. And then when I was 12 years old, I saw this kid play "Come As You Are," which is a Nirvana song. It was before your time. Again, this is like way back.
No.
Yeah. And then I heard that sound, and it just called to me. And I was like, I have to play bass. And my parents got me one for Christmas, I think, when I was 13.
Cool.
And that was how I got introduced in jazz bands and then rock bands, and but that's how I started off. It kind of calling to me.
Wow.
It called to me,
Yeah, it's
Bryce,
good.
play.
I could never play the piano.
No?
I tried instead of A, B, C, D, F, G.
What is it, dog?
Every good boy does fine on the.
Yeah, but then there's a
graph
dog
and-
one, right?
Every dog has its day.
I don't know. Maybe it makes
There's a-
Your question, Morgan.
Okay, what is your most memorable performance?
Okay,
Hard question.
that's tricky. We have a couple. I'd say there's 3. First one, we opened for Coldplay in 2011 at Pink Pop Festival.
Ooh.
And there's a band called Elbow that was on the bill too, and they're phenomenal. If you haven't checked them out, check out Elbow. But yeah, that was cool because there was a huge crowd. I'd say the halftime show at the Pro Bowl, which is like the NFL All-Star game.
Right.
That was also
That's really cool.
really nuts. Yeah. And then every time we go to the Philippines, it's kind of like, yeah, it's a trip, like, per capita, that's like our biggest market in the world. Like, most people know us there, and you kind of step into this realm of like a light version of Beatlemania. Not even close to what it is, but like you'll get to the airport and there'll be people with signs and reporters, and they'll follow you, and it's nuts. And then we'll do arenas over there, and everyone's just so loving. They're just lovely people to us, and we kind of feel at home in the Philippines. So we those shows, we've done 3 of them. Those are really memorable too.
They also did a show at Varsity Band Club. Bobby.
Did they for real?
Yeah.
That's not your favorite show that you performed?
What the heck? What, No Future Love?
Future Love's a good song. That is a good song, actually.
Yes.
Sidetrack.
How do you come up with your songs? What inspires you? Is it just like you're driving and it just like hits you, or do you like sit in the studio and like literally be like, I need to think of a song. I'm going to sit here until I freaking figure it out.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's hard.
It is.
I cannot do that.
No? It's different. There's varying ways to write songs. For me, lately, like it takes new shapes and forms that are coming to me. Lately, if I can get into a place with my mind and body, and I know this might sound kind of deep, but like where you're channeling, at least lyrically, a place it's kind of like the song's writing itself through you. I feel like those are the most inspired songs. Songs that come through you that are really inspired. Or songs that come out of a dream. I've had those happen before. Those are the ones that I find are the coolest. You can get into modes where you have to sit down and you force yourself and you craft a song. That's also doable. So it just depends. It's kind of finding the fine balance of crafting and inspiration, like the left brain and right brain. And when we're writing, at least with my band, with Comox, they're equally as important. Like you'll get inspired by an idea, it'll come to you, and you'll channel it and you'll put it down, but then at a certain point you're gonna have to get in front of a computer and do the work and get the chord structures, and so it's kind of balancing both sides.
Mm. That's difficult. We're gonna try to write a song.
Yeah, we want to write a song, but I cannot.
Sure.
I always rhyme like,
You
you
can
know,
do-
luck and duck and moon.
Don't you have
It's
guitars?
hard. It's hard to make
June.
them not sound cheesy. Because sometimes if you write a song and it's cheesy because you try to make it rhyme and then it's not.
But that's self-judgment.
Ooh.
Yeah. What if it sounds? Yes, exactly. Let's turn this. So Morgan.
So much.
Yeah.
We could go into a lot.
This has turned into a totally
Yeah.
different type of interview here.
All right. So, being a musician,
Yes.
because you are one. Do you ever feel like if you see another guitar or have to write another song that you're gonna like lose your mind?
Lose money.
Lose your like, that's it.
Just tear
I've
up the
had
room,
it.
throw the mic
Forget
down, mic drop in not a good way.
Mic drop. You're gonna be a dentist.
There's a few guitars around here, and like, I mean,
Oh yeah, you're about to lose it?
there are some. There's
Steph, are you
some.
about to
that-
leave?
That's a good question though. Like, when I'm in the car, I don't want to listen to like what's current. I want to put on some jazz or some classical and just kind of clear my head because like everyone listens to music, you know, like it's a part of human psyche. But for me, being a musician and being behind the curtain,
Yeah.
you know, you can't engage with it all the time, or else you'll lose mind. You know?
That's all
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah. So you kind of find ways to distance yourself from it for a bit, or like have ear breaks. Like if you're in the studio for a long time, you got to step away and then come back, or else
Right.
you're gonna like not hear anything, right? But yeah, like even people ask us like, do we get sick of playing the same songs live? I mean, we like playing the songs that people hear all the time on radio because they get the biggest crowd reaction and people engage, and that's like fuel to the fire when you're like having a live show. It's all about
Energy.
the energy and interaction.
My next question, what are the differences between being in Lifehouse and being the front man of Comox?
I've described this a few times, and to me, it's like I kind of use the metaphor of like if you're a hockey player and you're a goaltender for your career for 10 years. And you
He's
have-
from Canada, guys.
Yeah.
Just this is where the hockey thing
Canada.
is coming into play.
Canada.
Continue on.
Yeah, I gotta go there. We'll talk about Canadian bacon next. And, but yeah, if you're a goalie and then that's like your career for a long time, and then you join another team and you put on the skates and you try and get out there and score goals, you need to kind of like take your time to get your footing with that and learn the ropes of it, learn how to interact with other people. It's a different role. So, like the Beatles put their 10,000 hours in Hamburg when they went to go and play before they became huge, and I felt for a long time as a front man for Comox, I kind of just needed to go and play at little restaurants or whatever and not tell people, just to get that experience going. And that took years, and I feel like just now I'm kind of coming into the realm of confidence with it, which is such a key component when you're being a front man.
Yeah.
It's like you got to exude confidence, or else the whole train goes down. So I think with Lifehouse, it's more of a role player. I'm a part of a team. I get to play bass, and that's my comfort zone. Doing background vocals and bass. And now I'm just kind of establishing a comfort zone as a front man for Comox, and it's kind of good. Both work well with each other because one will strengthen the other role. Because now I understand what Jason has to go through as a front man for Lifehouse when I learn as much as I do being in Comox. So, yeah.
Interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
like
you
the
described that.
it's like the same world but just different.
Yeah,
Different
different.
It's like getting promoted.
It is.
But not.
Promoted. It's better than a demote. Yeah.
So because this is a how-to channel, we're gonna ask Bryce some of his personal how-tos.
Yeah. Woo woo.
I did
Take it
not
away.
know we were doing this. Okay.
Well, that's
Oh,
it's happening now.
Okay, how to write for other people when they have a different music style than you.
That is kind of one of the more challenging things that being a songwriter you have to go through. There's some artists, for example, like if you're writing for like a young girl who is a pop singer, then you have to kind of exude the mood of what would a young girl sing about, what are her
Do you
like.
channel your inner Britney Spears?
Well,
Yes!
Yeah. Well, young Britney Spears, not Vegas Britney Spears.
We still love her.
Yeah, you guys are fans, right?
Sorry, continue on.
Yes. So, writing for other artists, but then you have, say if I'm trying to write a song for myself, and then I know that it doesn't work out for what I'm trying to do with Comox, for example, and I'm like, oh, this would be great for this artist. then that totally works because you have a song that's been inspired, but just it was channeled differently.
Mhm.
So that is usually the best case scenario if you're writing for another artist.
Cool. My how-to question is how to get along with other bandmates on tour while you guys are all stuck in a bus together. Do you guys get on each other's nerves? Do you guys get grumpy?
I get
Do you
grumpy.
get hangry? What happens?
Well, it's like you guys. You spend a lot of time together, you know. Like it's,
We do.
But we're not
We've
trapped on
never
a
spent more
bus
than a
together.
day
We should
apart.
do that. We should be on a bus together and see what
You
happens.
should. When you're in a band for like 16 years. I guess for me it would be 13 years. It's kind of like, it's a long time, and it's kind of like being in a marriage, and you have to like learn how to interact with each other and know when each other needs space, or when someone needs support to a certain degree, or when it's like fun time. And we see like a lot of peaks and valleys, but it's like equally as important to enjoy the peaks together and the valleys too, because that's when you like strengthen your bond. And we're very fortunate to like have been together this long, because it's rare in this industry to have something like this. It's like the top 1 percentile, like to have a career going this long. So we're super grateful for it, and we just try and grow as you get older.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How sweet.
True love.
How sweet.
Last question.
Ooh.
Yes.
How to prep before going on stage? Like, do you do vocal warm-ups? Do you pray? Do you dance?
Dance party.
Dance party.
Do you guys do a dance party before interviews?
We do a dance party just every day
We do
before.
dance parties all the time.
Before anything
Sorry,
really.
myself.
Before we eat, before we do an interview, before we work out, we do a dance party.
Dance before you eat.
Always.
So what do you do?
So, I mean, obviously vocal warm-ups are really important to me. It's good to like just hone in and get in the zone, especially if they're like intimate shows or bigger shows, because it's a huge part. You have to interact and really channel, and you need to be focused. So, we'll take a second and do a little huddle and just say, hey guys, have a great time, and enjoy and be present, and just like little reminders. And it's like, being in the locker room with a baseball team before you go out, just kind of give a little pep talk. I like to have like throat coat tea. It helps with vocals. And don't eat an hour before a show.
And you can't have any ice, right?
No ice.
Yeah.
Oh, because
And-
of your.
Yeah, it gets cold. No booze, and don't smoke weed.
Don't do it.
What's left to do? No smoking, no drinking, no
don't-
eating.
No.
Just sit there and wait.
Some guys can do that. I will not do that again.
Well, that's all the questions I have.
Those are all my questions.
Thanks for being here with us, Bryce,
Yes,
for all
thank you,
your
Bryce.
advice and how-tos. And
I really like that. I got a lot out of that.
yeah, that was fun.
Well, thanks for having me. And
Yeah.
good luck with the YouTube. Keep watching these guys. They are entertaining and fun and good people. So you're in the right place.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then click here. I don't know what's that.
Oh yeah,
Oh
click
yeah,
here.
right here.
Oh, yeah.
Follow us on Instagram at HowToBlondes Make a Right, right there. And
Subscribe to our channel, which is gonna be somewhere.
somewhere around
Click
here.
there.
Let's hope that the thing is actually there. We don't know. And new videos on Thursdays.
Yes.
See you guys soon. Go listen to the band Comox. Check them
Yes.
out. What can they do to find you, Bryce? How can they
Find Bryce.
find him?
Find me, comoxmusic.com, facebook.com/comoxmusic, and facebook.com/lifehouse.
Woohoo! Check it all out. You guys have a lot of homework to do.
Check it all
We have
out.
faith in you, though.
Go see them wherever they are.
Yeah. All right, guys. Bye.
You and me and all of the people.
One of the questions is also if we can be as backup singers.
Yeah, and that answer is yes.
We'll see.